I'm sure the title is surprising. Trust me, I found out the hard way that the book doesn't just burn through stuff. Ever since I got home, the book has been acting strange. It wasn't just burning anything it touched anymore. It was growing tendrils. Of course, I cut them off, but they always regrew within the hour. Eventually, I gave up. They didn't cause much harm, right? Emily was gone for the week, and I had an upcoming meetup with George Rintoro. Honestly, from the information provided, it seems like he shouldn't be trusted. Heck, I can't even remember what he looked like specifically. It's so weird, and I can't wrap my head around it. I decided to meet up with him, but also going to be prepared. I brought pepper spray and a pocket knife just in case. Days went by and it was time to meet up with George. I got in my car and drove to the mental hospital. I got there and was greeted by George, who had a friendly face plastered on him. He led me around again and we chatted a bit, mostly him rambling, similar to the key that won't shut up in my head. Same as last time, but George seemed a bit excited to show me something. I know you must be dying to talk to him. Talk to who? Henry, who else? Oh, yeah. He led me to a similar room to Michael's, and I saw Henry. Hey, how's it going? Henry, it's me, your psychologist. You still have it? The book?
Yes, give it back to me.
Why should I?
It's mine.
Henry, you wanted me to have the book. And even though the offer is tempting, I won't give it back.
You're stealing the secret from me?
What secret?
Don't lie to me.
Henry, calm down. He seethed with rage and started fidgeting wildly. I backed up, not wanting to anger him anymore. To my horror, I watched as his flesh started peeling off and tentacles similar to the book's tendrils erupt from his back and he started screaming loudly. At this point, I was done here. I quickly left the room and locked it behind me. George was walking down the hallway nearby and saw me, glared at me, and started walking towards me. At that moment, I was in flight or fight mode, and I chose flight. I ran the opposite direction and to the staircase. He chased after me, quickly catching up, but I saw a nearby window and rammed into it. Whatever I was thinking failed. This wasn't an action movie, and I bumped against the glass really hard, hurting my shoulder and arm. George was right behind me, so I dashed down the stairs until the exit was nearby. George was as out of breath as I was, kept running after me, grasping at my shirt, but just out of reach. As we neared the exit, I took a sharp left as George rounded the exit door as I kept running towards the main entrance. The key was silent the whole time I was there. I made my way home, realizing I didn't take advantage of the knife or pepper spray, but I decided it didn't matter and that I escaped. I glanced at the book while I sat in a chair nearby. What secrets did this thing hold? And how did Henry turn into some kind of monster? I sighed as I went to head to my bedroom when the phone rang. I picked up and it was George Rintoro. He didn't say much at first, but soon enough he spoke. "You're really stressed out, Henry, today. What happened there?" he asked, completely ignoring the elephant in the room. Baffled, I just responded with, "He wasn't happy to see me." Our conversation was short-lived as he had some errands to run. Before he had ended the call, he told me one last thing. "Don't think I don't know about the book you have." What was he trying to tell me? That he wanted the book? Or he knew because he is some clone of the key or something? I looked at the book again. What if everything about these crazy things are in the book? I could solve all of this easily if... No, I won't open it. I can't. But I can't just sit here blind. I headed off to my bedroom and got some well-needed rest. The next morning, to my horror, I woke up to the entire living room where I stored the book, covered in the tendrils from the book, almost like roots, along with the table melted in shambles on the floor. The book was hanging in the middle of the room, held in place by the tendrils that connected the walls and edges of the room like some black web. I grabbed my knife, gritted my teeth, and went to work, cutting and stabbing at the thin tendrils that wove around my room. Hours passed, as eventually I cut down most of the tendrils, leaving only a couple behind, so the book was elevated in the air and couldn't melt through more of my house. I emptied the large amount of tendrils into a trash bag and threw it into a nearby dumpster, sighing. The book was becoming more and more of a burden every day. Sooner or later, I won't be able to deal with this thing. I remembered Emily and thought of the chance of us working together and finding a way to get rid of the book. I already tried destroying the thing. Fire didn't work, neither did water. Throwing it against the wall didn't work either, and I was running out of glass that wouldn't melt in seconds. A couple more days passed like this, dealing with the tendrils. I realized that even when cut off from the book, they still writhed every once in a while to my dismay. The neighbors thought a raccoon was in the dumpster when it was the tendrils trying to escape the garbage bag. The key has given me some useless information as well. I asked for any way to stop the tendrils and the book burning stuff, and it just told me to open the damn thing. As if that would make things better. I won't fall for it. I won't open that thing. Emily should be here tomorrow. Maybe she could help me pay to get the stupid key off my arm. If the key is this annoying when in my arm, I'm scared to know how bad it would have been if it managed to get to my head. I'll try and get back to you all sooner or later.